Oh, I can hear the dogs. Nice. Welcome to episode 77, everybody. Strength Hammer Podcast, and I don't mind the dogs. And if you mind the dogs, just turn this off
Right.
now. Get the fuck out.
It's Dogtown, USA in here.
It is. Yeah, I got Cat Town over here, which is usually quieter. That means they're usually doing stuff you don't know about.
Quieter and more destructive.
Yes. Turn the volume out a little bit here. Should be good to go. Okay, hopefully that works for everybody. Neil, how you doing?
I'm good. Fresh off Tayrathi. I'm now rested up, and
You had a boom boom. You had the Columbus win, and then a nice Tayrathi set of games.
Yeah.
Going
right back to Columbus this weekend. So.
Ooh, is it fun or no? It's Christmas. It's not for.
It's Christmas family stuff.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. Me. I've been a slow week at work. Fighting off a small cold I picked up at Tayrathi, like we were talking before the show. It's because I think it's the last of the 4 major things I was doing, kind of back to back, and also, staying up late and drinking like an asshole once or twice didn't help.
I feel like it shows you just how official of an event it is. If you can get con crud from your own event, like it's arrived. It's arrived.
If this is the con crud, if anyone has to get con crud, this is the con crud, because it's just like a minor cold that's been minorly inconvenient at best. I have a cough and some sniffles, and I took Dayquil twice, or NyQuil twice, but I'll take that over some of the con crud I avoided in the past month and a half.
Are you hallucinating right now on a NyQuil?
No, I didn't take any. No, right now I'm just on menthol cough drops. These things, Fisherman's Friend, you should sponsor. These things are my go-to.
We should sponsor.
Actually, to be fair, I started taking them so actually in Atlanta. I always have just some kit with me in my bag, so if I get sick on the road, I have something to get me through to get to where I need to go, and I always keep some of these in the bag, and they've always helped, if I've gotten something, but realizing talking so much during an event and just that throat and the voice going away, I just pop one of these suckers in my mouth before I went to bed. So I just tuck it in the corner and it dissolves overnight. You don't wake up the best taste in your mouth, but it soothes your throat and you can talk the next day. And they're as you're probably gonna admit, you're probably gonna be like, "Well, Chuck, they're bad at making you stop coughing." Well, maybe.
I don't think anything can stop that at this point.
No, we're getting through. It's fun.
Yeah.
But Neil, since we went through the Tayrathi pack early last week, did you do any fitness?
No.
That's fair.
I got nothing for you this week. Nothing.
It's fine. I was tired after Tayrathi, but I wasn't feeling sick. Because I guess there's that incubation period. So I went to the gym for a day and did cardio. And it wasn't until the next day I woke up and might be getting sick. And then the day after, which was yesterday, was yeah, just a minute, you're sick. And today is I'm sick, but I'm getting better already. So it's it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I got a gym session in, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Nice,
I've also eaten a lot of my mom's cookies, Hershey Kiss cookies she made.
Yes, it's cookie season at work right now too, because when all the patients will bring stuff in for us, and we're like, "Oh, I'll bring in some cookies." We don't realize that 100 people just did the same shit, which is fine. Thank you very much, patients out there. But yeah, this is where I get real fat, real fat.
Yeah, have to. I'm making sure I'm eating full meals on my regular schedule, so I'm always full from those. So I'm not overeating cookies. I'm doing really good with that, actually. But I've had more cookies than I've had in the past 3 months for sure, in the past week and a half, because it's just that's the season. But it's okay. Let's talk a hobby outside of Tayrathi. And everybody's gonna be a shorter episode because otherwise you'll just hear me coughing for an hour and a half and Neil getting tired of my shit.
Yeah, no,
Neil,
we're all
hobby.
have to talk more. Nobody wants that.
No.
So no, my hobby, like I think I was just telling you, Chuck, I have to say this kind of quietly because my children are still awake right now. But I've been working on 3D printing a Harry Potter chess pieces for my
Yes.
daughter.
Yes.
So I just finished printing all those this week. Literally yesterday, the final batch came out because
Nice.
after I was done with all of all the Tayrathi stuff, I came immediately home to try and finish that, and then I just got it painted up and dry brushed and all that kind of crap tonight. So it is ready to be packaged up and,
Are
and
you
wrapped.
are you gonna seal it since it's something that'll be like handled more often?
I probably should.
Yeah, I think those you should because if it somehow frosts, it's an easy fix at least.
Yeah, I've got a yeah. I'm gonna have to do that. I just don't own any varnish,
Do you
so
do
I
you
will.
do you have Lamia medium?
I do, but not a ton of it.
I mean, give it one coat. That'll probably get you by for the Christmas day. You know what I mean? Like maybe like a week so you can get it properly varnished.
Oh man, I paste these things with so much paint. I mean, they could play with it all weekend; it'll be fine. Uh,
All
then we'll
right.
just get one little spray. It'll be fine. Trust me, you see my stuff. I've never varnished a model in my entire life. Yeah, paint
I
thick, thick, baby.
yeah, I haven't either. It's well, no, I did one bust I painted and I varnished it, but that was it.
Yeah.
I was scared to fucking death of it. Let's see. My hobby. I received my Ho Ho Hobby Vices gift.
Oh my god,
Oh
this
my
is so
gosh.
cool.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous. I mean, it is awesome. It is really cool.
it is, and I didn't prepare pictures for it, just because kind of go and see it of our pants tonight. But those Hive Market miniatures. He sent it to me. He was my secret Santa essentially for this. Which you don't, if you don't know what Ho Ho Hobby Vices is, go to my Twitter or my Instagram. You can find the link. It's a secret Santa that gentleman Warhammer hero does every year, Andrew Dart, and it's fun. I started doing it last year, and I did it this year, and it's just an absolute blast because you get to surprise somebody with some hobby stuff, and then you get surprised with some hobby stuff too. And he went completely out of the park uh, with a like and it's like put in what you like. I'm like I like elves. This is my Twitter handle. This is my Instagram handle. I also like chocolate. I really like Taylor Swift. But just like that. That sort
Yeah.
of stuff. So I had a nice custom letter that was full of Taylor Swift song lyrics, a art piece of Taylor Swift as a high elf, a shirt with a slightly different art piece of Taylor Swift as a high elf, and it's the logo of the old world. So it's the old world Taylor's version, and so many people are like, "Where the hell can I get that shirt?" Or they went right to the guy who that sent it to me and said, "Where can I get one of these shirts?" And he's like, "Absolutely not. It's one of a kind." And I was just like, "Oh, makes me feel good." As well as he got me some other fun things, um, some terrain, just to add to the collection, and also he
Nice.
he told me so obviously we were chatting. He said he was down, I think, in Virginia, and he walked into just a random local hobby store, and this was sitting on the shelf sealed at original MSRP. And
Wow.
he's like, I about threw up. I just bought it, and like, boom, this is too easy, too perfect. This is exactly what my guy
Yeah.
wants.
That's awesome. What is this, probably like a $35 box or something like that? The original
I
MSRP
probably, I mean, did well worth the money.
from the
It,
long, long ago when this hobby was affordable.
yeah, long ago. Um,
Uh,
outside of that, I forgot. At some point, I ordered a Baneblade to go. I do have an Astra Militarum army from its Catachan theme, so like I did it, and I looked at a list. Apparently, I did it because my current list is 500 points, and that makes it 1,000 points essentially. So I bought it at some point.
It's a Bane blade at 1,000 pointless. Shame on you.
Hell yeah! It's listen, it's my narrative crusade army. All right,
There is, yeah, okay.
pure narrative. Well, the thing was, have you ever seen the Baneblade box?
No,
Hold on,
no.
it's right here. And to be fair, like I don't mind because the Baneblade was like one of those models back before it became plastic. Was like, holy crap! I would love to have one of these one day as like a young hobbyist.
Yeah.
So I knew they were big. I've seen them. all right, so here's the box. And you're
I
like, oh,
see.
okay, that's fine, right? Until you turn it sideways.
Oh my god.
It's just, and like it's all the variants. Like I'm like, oh, this is
That's a lot of plastic.
it's a kit and a half. It's a kit and a
Wow.
half.
That's cool.
Your dogs agree. See, they're excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know
Um,
what's going on down there, but it's gonna be all night.
it's fun. The secret project I've been working on that I can't say anything about is fully built, and I might prime it tomorrow if I'm feeling better. Then I gotta start
Nice.
painting. I don't wanna.
Cool, buddy. Yeah. That's actually like I just got on my yeah, on my computer to log into this, and I had Chitubox, which is the I don't know, the program that I use to 3D print and everything, and I just hit delete, and I'm like, and it's just a clean plate. Now I can add anything to it I want. I'm like, I can do something for me. Oh
Can
my god!
no more
Just
hexes.
purely for me. No more hexes. No more nothing. Just maybe some miniatures for me.
Oh yeah, over here, left, my left hand side is a little techless that you gave
Hmm?
me. He's sitting over there for the moment I want something random and inspirational to do.
Uh-huh.
Also, I'm kind of annoyed at myself because I snapped his foot in half, and I had to spend like all night recluing it one night.
Oh no!
I fixed it, but I was just like, God damn it.
You're trying to take them off that stand or what?
No, no, I was trying to like not the stand. I was trying to move. I decided I'm not going to use him for old world. I just want to put him as like on like as a circle base. It was easier for him to like stay stable. And when I
Sure.
snipped it off, like here's a pen. I snipped it off, like snipping down here, and it made the thing jerk. So the whole thing went. Bah!
Oh
I was just like,
god.
well, it is resin. I can't be mad. Is that was on
Yeah.
me.
That is a very delicate model
Yeah.
too. So yeah, I can
So
see that.
we'll see. Not yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, but setting aside so I don't break it anymore for a while. I think I also got a lovely gift at Tayrathi from you. The little hex
Nice.
space rules
Oh.
sets and narratives for the campaign that you're deathly afraid that we're going to abandon for Old World next year.
You know what? If it happens, it happens. I've got my book. I've got my memories of making it. So you know,
Oh, I mean,
whatever needs to happen
here's
will
the thing.
happen.
No matter what happens, those tiles are going to be used forever
Oh,
now.
oh yeah, 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 for sure, for sure.
Forever. I'm trying to think what else. That's kind of been it. Other than being slow working, being kind of sick, I watched all of Ted Lasso in the past like week and a half.
Oh my god,
I
yeah,
like literally finished the last episode 45 minutes ago,
yeah, yeah.
and I have been a roller coaster of emotions. I've laughed, I've cried, I've cheered,
Yeah, yeah.
I've said openly outside of the show. It's
Sometimes my kids will ask me, and I'll be like, "It's just sub for whatever," and I'll be like, "No."
I love it. I love it.
Good show.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much most of my hobby. I didn't go to game night last night because I'm still feeling under the weather, and no use spreading it back amongst that because if they fought it off, good for them. If they didn't, they probably weren't there either.
Sure.
But yeah, that's hobby
Mhm.
outside of the actual games. Which let's get into it. We got a whole talk about,
Yeah.
and we'll give some at the end just for some Christmas fun. We'll give some good cheer and some thank what we're thankful for from this past hobby year, maybe like a one or two. Um, but yeah, Neil, tell me your view of Tayrathi.
Well, Tayrathi, for me, always starts out with me getting off of work on a Friday night and literally just hammering down the pedal about 85 and just shooting down the old PA turnpike as fast as I could travel. And then
Didn't
getting
know
in.
Priuses could move that quick.
Oh my God, getting in there and just, I was expecting kind of a low key Friday night because last year was Saturday that really kind of got off the cuff a little bit. But yeah, it was immediate. It was immediate. It was
It
we
was
dove right into the alcohol.
it was two groups because there was a group that did Friday night and the rest stayed calm. I was the calm Friday night, and then we swapped. Like dead
Yes.
swap the next night. Everyone
Yeah,
else was
yeah,
like, "We're gonna chill, have a few drinks, relax," and then a couple of us
yeah.
sharing a case of beer and then joyriding. No, I'm
Some
kidding.
of us
I'm
are just
kidding.
too old to have it 2 nights in a
Just
row. Yes.
sharing a case of beer outside, looking at the stars. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So the fours started getting played like crazy, just right off the cuff, and then yeah, and then we were into it. What 8 a.m. start on Saturday morning?
Yeah, I wanted to start early just so we had more time Saturday night to let loose, which
Yeah,
now it's like it doesn't matter because we don't know which night will be the fun night where we're all partying, I guess, together.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, lots of drinks Friday night. It was a fun time. We got all the tables set up pretty much immediately once we got there and everything too. I brought up
Hmm.
what four or five
You got
tables worth
five.
of
You brought us
tourney,
five. Yep.
mats and all that kind of stuff. So, and then my first game Saturday morning was against, our esteemed leader and
Don't you put that shit on me.
Charles Moore. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun call out. Daughters of Cain versus Nurgle.
Hmm.
Um, what was the mission again? Breakthrough or the stealth one?
Hmm.
Something. Um, yeah, where you had to kind of sneak through. Like you had limited movement, you couldn't be find me, but like I had to get certain closeness to you, and yeah,
Yeah.
top of one, you found me, and I was like, okay, new plan.
Well, what I found out, my big takeaway from the scenarios that we played was that you shouldn't be slow. Slow is bad.
Movement is king.
And the other thing that is bad, we should probably mention this too, is if you're playing a dice game the night before all your games, and you say that you challenge Chuck, and you say, if I roll a four, um, you have to play 200 points down, and then you promptly roll the three, which
Hmm.
means that I had to play 200 points down all day one. So
Right.
I had 18. No, I had 1,770 points on the board. Chuck's 2,000. The other thing I hadn't done, just because I was so busy leading up to it, even though we reviewed this entire pack that night, was I hadn't really changed my list around too much. And so I kind of didn't really consider all the, building a list to the pack.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as I remembered Chuck started doing everything that he was doing, I was just like, oh, yeah, that's right. I can do that stuff.
Yep.
And but it was too little too late for me. So that list was not ideal for the scenarios. However, good time. Lost my first game.
Hmm.
Went in. I played. Who's number two? Number two was Mike Keel.
Right,
I
kill.
won my second game against Mike
Still 200
on a
points out.
still 200 points down.
Yes.
Only game of the weekend I did win, even when I did go up to the actual 2,000 points. So that was a lucky little bomb of a Glotkin into his Maw Crusher General. And this was on a scenario where you have two colliding storms, and
Yep. Stormfront.
kind of pushes back and forth. I thought it was a lot of fun. But the problem was he didn't have any priests. I did have a priest.
So you had to plus
You got
one every
plus
time
one to your roll,
to move to
and
6 inches. Start of
I
turn.
won
Yep.
every single roll. There was never a roll that he won.
Yeah.
Then I started hitting his general, and then I had two generals because I had the one I chose, and then Glotkin always counts as a general. So he actually had a lot of opportunity to get in there and kill my real small general, and then it moves 18 inches back the other way.
Right.
Well, if you recall from the pack, you can redeploy D3 plus 3.
Yep.
So he flies in a Maw Crusher. I redeploy. I roll for 5 inches. I move 5 inches out. It's an 8-inch charge. He rolled a 7 on the first one, hit this command point to re-roll, and then he snake eyes the re-roll. And
Oh,
so no joy on
no
that.
joy.
That was the same turn that I ended his general 18 inches, and the game was over. So, but yeah,
That's fair.
the way we had it set up, it really wasn't. It was even if you're losing games, what we did was half of the players in the event were on Team Morathi, half were on
Yep.
Team Tayrathi. I do have a spoiler alert. Morathi did in fact win. I have a Tayrathi's Championship award. I may have to Sharpie out Tayrathi and put Morathi on that. I don't know. I'm
No, you
considering.
can't rewrite the award, but you can put tape over top of the glass and
It.
rewrite it. That's a
Okay.
classy way to do it.
Okay, that is the classy way to do it. Maybe that's what I'll do. But yeah, so as long as I was scoring a couple points here and there, I'm helping out the team at least in some fashion.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I scored at least 10 points in every one of my games out of the possible 50, except for the last one where now this is going into day 2. I guess we'll get there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Do
so
start your game on the first 3. We'll talk about the night. Yeah.
yeah, yes, game 3. Who in the heck did I play in game 3? Why am I forgetting this right now?
You played Martin, right?
Martin was, I think, game 4, actually. Martin was on the second day.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Carl.
Oh, God. No, it was Big M. Big M, game
Big
3.
M himself. You forgot
What
about
a
Big M.
non-game this was. That's why I've already, like, blocked this out.
Oh, boy.
It was done before it started once I found out he's got a Soul Blight dragon that my whole shtick with the army was to have, high ward saves, and this dragon just every turn could be like, yeah, ignore that. So,
Yeah.
just every single turn. And so he just came in, chewed through my army real fast, with a shit ton of zombies and that the zombie dragon. So zombies are no bueno. But yeah, so I mean, I'm not going to say I wasn't salty about the game with Matt.
Right.
I was just salty about how this dragon could have every good rule, literally in the game on one unit war scroll. So when a 400 some point Soul Blight dragon is taken down my 570 point Glotkin, something isn't right.
Oh, so that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, my 3 games, first one, as we just went through, was against you. I was trying to sneak through your lines, get to that realm gate, deep in your deployment zone, but you found me right away. So my tactic immediately went from, okay, I am just going to choose a side, and I'm going to hammer it as hard as possible to see if I can break through. And as you saw, I was successful. And then we're going long. Every mission was long ways, just for fun, and the way the tables are structured there. Essentially,
also not good for Nurgle.
also, yeah. Which 2 people brought Nurgle, so that's all you guys. And I beat both of you. Back. Spoilers. But yeah, so essentially I just made this huge line so I could get Tayrathi all the way to the realm gate. And it was just like, okay, you're not gonna get through this by the time I can get there, thank goodness. But it wasn't a guarantee, because it was hard to get through you, and it's like I might not have had enough movement, but it's like, okay, I had enough at the end, thankfully. But
yeah,
the best thing I did, I think, is in round 1, whenever your Glotkin was way in the back, and we actually rolled and it stayed still. That was probably the big clutch moment where it's just like he can't move at all, and then like when you went to go move him, he's like, okay, he moves 5 inches, and I was like, well, what?
Yeah. But I haven't played with the Glotkin in years, and I just want to bring him out and try some different stuff with him.
Why isn't he movement 8?
Right, what
7 or whatever Nurgle's number?
It takes one step. Right? I feel like he should be moving at least 6, for God's sake. I know we're supposed to be slow, everybody, but come on.
I feel like if he farted, he'd move like at least 6.
It's
Jeez.
Just asinine. But anyway, what are you going to do? 5-inch movement on a 570 point model. It's fine. So.
Yep. But
I'll stop
I do appreciate always playing you round 1, just because it's a nice, easy way into an event to get chill, relaxing game, whether I win or lose. So I was glad that we did that.
I will say, I did apologize for this in the event. I was not exactly my normal happy-go-lucky Warhammer play self, because the night before I got just hammered.
Oh, well, wait, just wait till I get to Sunday, all right?
and yeah, so I was a little tired. I think I was running off of 4 hours of sleep for that game 1, so and not a lot of coffee. And I take like 2 gallons of coffee in the morning before I really start hitting my stride.
Next year next year there's going to be some changes to help alleviate some costs. My book and some of the other of the barn owls that assisted with this. But I'm going to nominate somebody to bring a coffee pot and coffee.
Yes.
Sorry, espresso machine. No bueno. That's not enough.
Let us bring the groceries and stuff too, for God's sakes. Yeah.
Oh, well, yes. Plans are in talk for next year. Anyway. So round 1, great time. I won't say it on the air, but we had a great Taylor Swift themed 3-hour round timer. I won't say exactly what it was because things
Yeah,
happen
for reasons.
for reasons, for legal reasons. Pirates still exist. Hi, R. Anyway, round two, I played Carl with Nurgle in the Stormfront, and much like you, I think I won the first 3 rounds on that roll for getting the Stormfront to move in my favor towards his direction. And at first, it looked like we were just gonna kind of dance around that wall, and like we weren't gonna fight. And like this could be a quick game. And then something inside me was just like, nah, let's just fucking go for it. Like I've just got like 3 in a row, just ran at him,
Mm.
and that's when the storm went the other way. So like, and if you're in the holding in the storm, you get benefits.
Oh yeah.
And I had plus to wound, he had plus to hit, which in Daughters of Cain I already get plus to hit crazy. So it was just like, I felt great, but I didn't get to use it because then I started fighting in his deployment zone, essentially his Stormfront.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like went aggressive for his general because like, if I can kill his general, I can keep Tayrathi safe far enough back to probably secure it. It was still close. I killed because I wounded his general, moved it a little bit in my favor. Then he'd heal, move back in his favor a little bit. I killed his general. Um, but then like the way then I think he won the last 2 or 3 turn rolls for where the position was. So we had or no, the last 2, and then we were going into the last round. I said, all right, hold on, stop a second. You can't touch Tayrathi. She's too far removed. You're not going to kill her, so you're not going to get that 18 inches. We both agreed to that.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to roll to see where the storm moves in the last round, because if it goes in his favor, we ended up on a draw because it's back to dead center.
Mm-hmm.
If it went in my favor, I won because I had the most sides.
Mm-hmm.
So we just rolled it, and it went in my favor because I had a priest.
That's a minor victory there.
Yep, but victory's a victory, Tayrathi.
I hit the major. I got that thing all the way down the
You got
end.
it all the way down? Yeah. I was probably like 3 inches short, maybe 6, but at least it didn't go back, where it needed to go. Or back, or not. I was the closest I got, I think, was 6 inches away, not 3 inches. But yeah, then when it started going back, that's when it became the issue. But I kept it from being a draw because of my hot dice rolls, and that's when we laughed because we're like, wow, we could have just rolled 1 dice and played this whole game. Because that's really all it was at the end of the day, felt like.
Yeah.
Then game 3 was the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
I played Ben Kloss. He had.
That wasn't the ritual.
It wasn't the ritual.
That was the one where you're building the.
The mechanism thing.
The mechanism thing.
Yeah. And it was going to be interesting. I took the defender to build the mechanism because if you rolled at a certain point, start doing mortal wounds, and he had the Ionis Regiment or Army of Renown, which he loved because my pack made that list good and fun as opposed to just being terrible. And it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I think I have enough bodies to survive you, but I might not. But if I can start getting the mortal wounds going based upon that mechanism kicking off, I had a really good chance. Didn't roll so hot. He came in, and there's still a lot of damage. It's still oops all dragons, and it was a good time. I didn't kill a single dragon, and he got me. It was like, well, it is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But good game. It was fun seeing what that list can do. Like, I even told him like after the fact, because actually he failed to. Every time he went to go pray with Ionis, in my pack it was on a 2-up, essentially with it. He rolled a 1 each time. I don't think he got a single prayer off with Ionis. It was just like, okay. And the debuffs he was passing out, I'm like, those are perfectly built to crush Daughters of Cain. Like, or my style of Daughters of Cain, which is like heavy witch elf build, because it's like you're minus to hit, you can't pile in, you don't get battle shock immunity, inspiring presence, just like everything. I was just like, oh fuck, that sucks. But it was a good game. It's fun to play Ben. It's fun to see what that army could do. So now if I ever randomly face it in a tournament, which I doubt, at least I know what to expect.
Yeah.
But still, I think I did get my grand strategy, because my grand strategy was I kept Bloodthirsty Zealots, everything fights or dies. So I knew I got it either way. And I respect him too, because he immediately, he's just like, where's Tayrathi? I'm like, right here. He's like, I'm throwing everything at her till she's dead. every shot and spell he could. It's like at her, at her, at her. I was like, respect that. He soul burned her, got her down to a wound. I healed her, removed the soul burn. I mean, I made it hard for him, but like, yep, he's just like, nope, she's dead. He was the only one all event long that purposely did that, even though he didn't have to. You going forward
Yeah.
in the first game was to win because she was my general.
Yeah.
He was doing it just because like, I know you love it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go for it. Like, okay.
Yeah. First game, I tried to fly. The only thing that could move really fast were those bugs. And so I flew him in, and I'm like, man, I just hope he just forgets to redeploy. Nope.
Nope. And that's what.
Yeah.
That's what.
You
And then three avatars of Cain, baby. Takes care of
Yeah,
bugs real quick.
it sure did.
Um. Yeah. Then we had Saturday night. More like nice pot roast dinner
Oh my
made
God,
by
yeah.
Tom.
That was so good.
But
That was so good.
it was excellent. Excellent. Having more drinks. I was light the night before. This night, like I said, it's had a couple drinks. We played some more fours. I'm painting Dave an army. I don't have to
Yeah,
buy it at least. I'm just painting it for him.
I have to build a 2x2 Mordheim board now
Yep.
because I lost
Yeah.
yet again.
That's actually, you
So,
know, it's real funny. Mark, Mark, who had to build and paint me a Tomb King's army last year, which kudos to him. He said like he actually, you know, all the jokes and the moaning aside of losing that, he's like, he said he really enjoyed the process and of it
mhm.
all. So it's like that's fun, and that's kind of what you want to do. Is just like, okay, I made this bet. I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have fun, deliver my
Yeah,
best, and it was that Tomb King army is just phenomenal, and I love it.
right.
Um, but he decided he was going to try and get revenge. It's going to be calmer revenge, and he was going to go around the room one at a time and roll. And it wasn't for an army. It was you need to build and paint a new unit for Old World next year.
Okay.
So he came up to me first. He grabbed the box. He's like, Chuck, you need to build and paint me a new unit from the Old World. I'm like, all right, rolled up. He rolled a 3.
Yeah.
So he has to paint that for me. And I was like, aren't you going to do it for everybody else? And he's like, no, fuck this. No, 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 no.
Yeah, he's not exactly blessed in the forest, is he?
Right. But he said he's going to figure out which army I hate the most and pick a unit from that one. I was like, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's completely
Ogres.
fair. I don't think it's
What is the army
ogres.
you hate the most? It's
We were
ogres for me.
actually we were trying to figure that out. I was asking everybody in the room like, what army do you think is my least favorite? And I don't know. Not from Old World. I could tell you what it is from, say, Sigmar. It'd be probably Night Haunt. I just don't like.
Yeah.
No, Flesh Eater Court's probably my least favorite. I would consider
Even
it
now
between Night Haunt.
stuff?
Yeah, Night Haunt. I don't like the models, but I do like their rules a little bit. Like the ethereal rules, just fun for me. Flesh Eater
Mm,
Courts, there's nothing about the rules or the models that do anything for me. Not that I think that anything's bad. It's just I
yeah.
look at that and I feel nothing,
Mm.
which is the closest thing I guess I have towards hate of anything in this hobby. But like when I think old, I mean, yeah, it's like I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
But in Old World, I'm like, I don't know. I kind of just like everything. I just don't have everything because I
Even
prefer.
ogres? You like ogres?
I like because I remember seeing so many old paint jobs of ogres and White Dwarf, and they're very nostalgic for me, even though I never played them.
Mm,
Yeah,
they're
I don't hate
terrible.
ogres. No.
You should
Um,
hate them. They're terrible. They're the worst. They're
I
gut stars and all that kind of crap. Get it out of here.
I beat it. That's a spoiler for the future game here. At the Sigmar event, I beat a fantasy army. It's great.
I'm
But
sure the guy who's playing might argue with you, but we'll get there.
oh, he's already lost the argument because I was the TO. But anyway, moving on. And it's funny, and some of you guys went to bed early this night, where the other of us that went to bed early the next night, the previous night, were up late. Listen, we were literally like outside underneath the stars, like just chatting and drinking a case of beer, and it was just like after we were drinking, so like it was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And me and Dave
Yeah.
had, yeah, so uh, that meant for a rough start the next day. Thankfully, Bobby from the Barn Owls, he started making pancakes and breakfast because I was just standing there like, I don't know, oh boy, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I was struggling to get moving. I wasn't like ruined, but I was feeling the night before.
Yeah, those barn owls, I gotta say, they're great hosts. The whole
Mhm.
crew.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, the I will say this: I didn't play game four. I needed to like kind of rest and just kind of get things going. So uh, just sat out round four. Someone else filled in, or someone else missed a game. I don't know. Everyone was playing games that looked like they had a good time that wanted to play, from what I could tell. No one was
Mm-hmm.
stressed, so I just took a seat, took a knee that round.
Mm-hmm.
How was your round four? That was against Martin,
Round
right?
four, round four, I played Martin, and so we did a roll off for who was going to take. It was the ritual. um, God love him, but he won the roll off and he took the ritual. And by doing so, basically, if his army wasn't even on the table, not a unit. I'm not sure my army was fast enough to get to the ritual.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the second he won that roll, I was just like, I'm thinking to myself, well, if we want to play this narratively, I should definitely take the ritual. But he chose the ritual. So more power to him. He's trying to get that W, trying to score those points. So
Yep.
at that point, I mean, his army, by the way, too, is much, much better than what mine was. So,
It slaves
and not
darkness.
just in looks, but also in in playability. So, I did pull off a pretty sweet move in the game, which I was very proud of
Okay.
for
All right.
somebody of my low tactical acumen.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Um, so he has a unit of um, knights, Vanguard knights, right?
Yep.
And there's
Yep.
6 of them,
Okay.
and they're like hitting on twos, wounding on twos, all the rend, all the
All the
everything.
bullshit. Yeah.
They can attack twice. They can do all this shit, right? So he moves them up. Now they're outside of 12 inches of the Glotkin. Now the Glotkin has a rule where if you are within 12 inches of the Glotkin, an enemy unit is, then I can choose a friendly unit that is within 12 inches of the Glotkin, and they can issue a charge if they could legally charge something.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fun. Yeah. Countercharging
So
stuff. Yeah.
that's kind of the reason why I want to take them. And so I just kind of play around the Glotkin.
Yep.
So he had a unit of chaff within 12 inches of the Glotkin, right? His unit of 6 knights that he had just brought around to make some devastating charge and just basically decimate me was within 3 inches of that, but far, far away. So I hit that, used the command ability, shot a unit of Blight Kings right up to the unit of chaff
Mm-hmm. Yep.
within 3 inches of his knights, his
Ooh, so you
vanguard,
pulled him in.
just within 3 inches.
Nice.
It also happened to be the time of the season on the wheel where he can't pile in.
Oh no.
So he's stuck for 2
That's
rounds of combat,
that's great.
unable to do anything with those knights. So I cleared out the unit of chaff. I just basically held up that unit. They couldn't charge. So, all their extra rend on the charge, all their extra, whatever. And that actually gave me an ability to chew through his 10 chosen. Which was not easy to do until the Glotkin came in there.
Yeah,
He
chosen are
threw through
tough. Yeah.
10 yeah, he went through with fully loaded up, plus everything with the priest spells and everything, and attacking twice, and just chewed through an entire unit of Blight Kings that were on a 3-up, 4-up.
Oh boy.
So that's how many hits that was doing. But then the Glotkin came in and took care of those buddies pretty good. He has oh god, I can't remember the exact rule, but you can do a monstrous rampage that basically, if he's unwounded or he's on that first tier, he's doing 5 mortal wounds with
Oh
monstrous
damn.
rampage. Then he's with a bunch of -2 rend and 3 damage, this and that, and so that's going to go through and mess up some chosen as well. So we did that. Then Be'lakor entered the fray. We couldn't do too much to him, and at that point, I'd taken out 3 units of 3 models, a unit of 3 Vanguard. I took out both of his, 1 unit of chaff, the 10-man unit of chosen, and then that he still had the 6-man unit where if I would have won the turn, I could have then charged in with my bugs and with Glotkin into those Varengard, but and probably messed them up pretty good.
Right.
But I lost the turn. We rolled the ritual. The ritual was over, and so was the game. So,
No. Hey.
which was pretty much again. We knew that was going to happen from the start, but it was still fun to pull off some of those tricks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
that's some pro gamer moves right there. I like to see it.
Yeah.
What about your game 5?
Game 5 was against Luke, and Luke was playing Stormcast. And we actually played this wrong. Now, this one was, I can't remember the exact name of it, but I was basically chasing him. What's the name of it?
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, it's something retreats. I know which one. Or like, yeah, you're deploying next to each other and you have to kind of move.
Yeah, so you're deployed like 12 inches away. You're 12 inches to the edge of the board, the pursuers.
Actually,
and then there's...
if memory serves me right from the Realmgate Wars, that mission actually was Nurgle chasing Stormcast. So actually,
which is hilarious.
That's pretty
good. Because
Nurgle
again,
can't catch
Nurgle
it.
being slow, right? Like,
yeah.
And then my Nurgle, what I was playing was like all Blight Kings, which are all 4-inch movements, right? And then we know the Glotkin's a 5. We've established that. And so the only thing that I had over a 5-inch movement was that one unit of bugs.
Yep.
so we played it incorrectly. We set up and everything correctly, and then he was reading the rules to me and told me that the pursuer gets to roll to see who or gets to choose who goes first. So I look at the board. I'm like, I got to go first,
right?
Because
otherwise,
if I don't go first, I'm not going to catch him, right? Yeah. So I get the Glotkin close enough. He kind of back edged it a little bit.
Yep. Making a game.
He should have shoved stuff like right up in my face, and then I couldn't have charged in, right? But he didn't know that I was going to take the first turn, whatever. Now, how it works out is he was supposed to choose who had the first turn, who didn't.
Oh, okay.
Now, if he took the first, I'd have had a double turn potentially to try and catch up to him. But I also would have had to fight through probably a lot of his units. So I was able to do a long ball, like an 8-inch charge is what I needed to get my Glotkin within. And then I kind of figured, I'm like, it's going to be the fastest thing that's on the table, and that's his Celestin on Dracoth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So charged in Glotkin and then piled around. And so now I was in range to shoot. He's got a big tentacle attack. So I hit the guy with the tentacle. Then I piled in and around, and I bring him to, I kill him. Game's over. I win.
Yep.
Right. But then we remembered, well, first of all, then we figured out that he should have been the one to pick who was going first. Right. So I was like, do you want to re-rack? He's like, well, we've got this other thing where I can give him a 4+ ward. So let me just roll that. So he rolls that, and the guy lives by 2 wounds, which I'm kind of happy about.
Actually, that's a good point. I forgot to mention during the Saturday evening fun, I handed out buffs and debuffs to the different teams. Marathi was winning at the time, so they got 4 debuffs, 1 buff. Tayrathi got 4 buffs, 1 debuff, and it was random. Like, no ward saves allowed, spells wouldn't affect you. Like they were worded in a way where they could be, some of them could be bonuses and negatives.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because people's like eyes were just like, wait, we can trade these? I'm like, you can trade them amongst your teammates, and you can and a teammate can have more than one. So they immediately started going to like one of the newer players of the group to try and see if he would take all of them, because like even he was like, I'm not gonna early win. And they were doing it, and I just walked over there. I was like, he's not on your team, right, guys? And they're just like, oh fuck, and they were already drinking. It was just like, also that's mean.
Yeah,
but
right.
But it caused the right amount of shenanigans, so I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I got one of those debuffs. Never really came into play because I didn't roll any doubles on my casts, but that would have just made the cast irrelevant. But yeah, so he survived that, and then we kept running, and my bugs would go in and try and do some mortal wounds. I'd roll a 1 because that's what you do.
That's what you do. Yep.
And so he kept on healing the guy, and with the 4-up ward save, he got away nice and easy. So that was it, and. Once the Glotkin started getting farther in the distance, it was like the T-Rex, from Jurassic Park as they're driving away in the Jeep. That's what I felt like.
Hear the
I was
T-Rex
real
like,
close
oh,
at the moment, and then it just, I had to just turn around and be like,
they found the better gear. Oh well.
So, but yeah,
Uh,
fun game though, and I enjoyed playing Luke.
yeah, Luke's a good guy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my fifth game. So just as like a fun benefit to mostly to assist Tom a little bit since he was doing so much work to help out. It's like if anyone wanted to play fantasy, Tom was on a team. He would play fantasy. He was also the ringer, odd man out. So but essentially he eventually got a few games in. A couple of people did play fantasy. It was just like an option. Like you can if you want. You don't have to. It's a Sigmar event first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, Tom, I'll play you. Let's play fantasy. Why not? And he had his list last year because he won every game. Like he crushed everybody last year, and it was a competitive, focused 8th edition tournament last year. So he
Mm-hmm.
had two lists: a corn list that was 2,500, and an ogre list which is 2,000. I had 2,500 point high elves, which is what I took up to square base GT.
Mm-hmm.
It was ready to go. So I was like, yeah, I'll just take that again. And he went to go play, and he opted to play the 2,000 point ogres.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, that's fine, because like yeah, if he beat me, yeah, shame on me. Like I can't beat an army 500 points down. That'd be like, yep, Tom's the better player. But here's the thing, Neil, have you ever played someone in fantasy that had like 3 or 4 points shy of the total points? Like say it's 2,400 points, and they have 2,397. That's their points, and say equal them. What would you
Mm-hmm.
write down as what you did against them? It would be
You would just
24.
write down 11 points in their army. Yeah,
You'd be 2,400 points, right?
right, right. Mm-hmm.
Well, me and him played. Of what I killed on the table, I killed 1,400 and something. What he killed of mine was like 1,600 or something. Well, he also didn't have 500, so I added that to mine. I got 1,900. I won. That's how math works for that game.
Yeah.
If you're playing down, you sacrifice those points, buddy. So I've already taken the
Mm-hmm.
trophy. I got a little ogre looking net, I should say. It's probably an Ida
Mm-hmm.
net if I think about it, but an ogre looking net. It's on one of my White Lions belts right now. Feel good about
Nice.
that victory. Took my trophy, and I marked it as a win.
Know
Can't
how I
argue.
feel about that, but you know what? Your tournament.
You can't argue with math. Can't argue
That's
with math.
right.
If your whole scoring structure in a game system is based upon kill points, you don't bring the full amount of kill points, you have sacrificed those kill points. Now, if that was an objective based game and he beat me, just 500 points down, he beat me. There'd be
Yeah,
no
true.
questions. But it's not objective based; it's kill points based. And if I can't
Yeah,
have the opportunity to kill them, that means you've sacrificed them to me already.
I
Which is
am
still a ballsy
very.
move. Still ballsy move. Because he still could have
Uh-huh.
beaten me. He was literally 2 white lines away from legitimately beating me still. Even with the 500 points down. It's because I had 2 white lions left in the unit, and it was just like, oh boy. I lost Ilarial top of 2. Sucked into the warp.
Wow.
I thought I was going to lose.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh.
And I honestly, I
Um,
even told him, it's like, hey, I'm willing to call it right now. I lost Ilarial. And he's like, no, let's keep playing. Well, shame on him. Shame on me for quitting
little
early. Shame on him for letting me go.
little sidebar. I do wonder how they're going to score Old World on how that's going to work. So I doubt they're
Well,
going to do any kind of objective based game. But I've never loved the whole just go out there and try and kill as many points as you possibly can. But so I wonder what they'll do with that. But
I don't know. Um, I legitimately don't know. But like
yeah,
the comfort level and the way they seem to be aiming this game is that they're not. As
seems
someone,
like it'll be the old style. But
yeah, it seems like they're aiming it at the old group of people who used to play it.
mm-hmm.
While we're also excited to try, someone like me, I'm excited to try and get new people in who've seen Total War and like never got to play this game and are jumping in.
Mm-hmm.
But even though they're not aiming at that, that's fine. It just means we have to teach this old style. So I'm leaning towards the fact that it will be a kill points type thing, maybe with a few
Mm-hmm.
scenarios like a Watchtower, King of the Hill type thing.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I think it's still gonna be based upon victory points at the end of the day, just like it used to be.
Mm.
But regardless, I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm really fucking excited for it, and I'm not
Oh yeah.
sure. Uh, I think it was Square Hammer. It's a podcast out there. I haven't listened to too much stuff, but I'm aware of them. I think they were on stream and they didn't reveal anything, but they did show that they had their review copy, which is an indication
Mm-hmm.
that we're going to get the old world here real soon, which is exciting.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Still waiting on ours in the mail. Yeah.
I'm asking. Doesn't mean they're going to send it. I'll ask.
Still waiting.
Yep, still waiting. Still waiting.
Any minute. Any minute.
Nope, wait. Nope, nothing.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, but Tayrathi, great event. I could not have done it without the Barn Owls as usual.
Yep.
I've already threw together a huge list of people I want to invite next year, so I got to start slimming that down because I won't lie. I think because we intended to I intended to have 22 this year. We ended up having 19, 20. Maybe 18 total play, just because some people are just chilling, hanging out, which is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we had what, 12? Maybe 13 people in total with 12 playing. I think 20 is too much.
20 is too much.
I was like, let's grow it. Let's have a good time. Didn't feel the same. I don't think 12 is enough. I think 20 is too many. I might try the 16 sweet spot, which means I need to cut about half this fucking list that I have of people I want to invite.
Well, you got to invite Dave now. Ugh.
Hey, Dave and Mark are coming back. Championship winner and brick winner. They definitely get the invites back. But yeah, we'll see. I got an invite list. We'll see who makes the cut. But yeah, I'm definitely not growing it. I'm probably gonna slim back a few people just for ease of play space, ease of convenience, keep costs down for everybody, and then the cost is gonna be spread out amongst the players. There's gonna be a sort of entry fee, I think.
Yeah.
To give a heads up.
There should be.
And the entry fee is going to be this much money, and it's all going towards the food anyway.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, you got to do that. I very much appreciate everything that you've done. I mean, the prize support was amazing. The wine openers and all the awards and everything that you had. I mean, the random random prize support.
Normgate always gives the random prize support, so that's always very generous. So, and what I did for that went to people who were doing the most for the event. Let them all eat, like such as yourself, because you brought all the terrain. Like go and reach in and grab one. So
I love that I pulled out an alchemist. It was like the one hero I don't have for Caradron. So.
It's perfect, yeah.
I mean, I have the one that comes in the warband, which is what I use, but I don't have the official one, so now I do.
That's the that's nice, easy paint up. Christmas Eve when the kids are in bed and you and your wife are on bottle of wine after dinner.
Yeah,
that's what that is. That's nice, easy paint up that night.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so I think successful event. You had a good time, Neil?
Oh, I had a blast as always. So
good.
It was time to go at the end there. I would have loved to stay around and stick around for to get to the googly. That's my one regret that I couldn't. But if you guys weren't, I'm sitting around waiting for Dave and Alex to finish up that last game.
Oh my God! I
pulled off all the terrain off of the table. This is after we've already done prize support, and they're still trying to play this game. And I don't know if it was Alex or Dave who said like actually it's going to have an end turn time, so we're just going to keep going. And I'm like, I'm out of here. Yeah. Listen, I was just like, Dave, take my map home with you. Yeah, I'm just I'm gone. So
no, it's fine. They finished up. We kind of hung around, cleaned up. We made that place look like no one was in there, so it was ready for whatever the next day. All cleaned up. Yeah. And I asked, I was like, hey, anyone want to go to the googly? Because that's the tradition.
Yeah.
The googly was me with a dozen wings, a Guinness, and a shot of American honey. Had it, kept the tradition alive, went home. Great time.
Nice. I'm glad you did.
Tradition's still alive. Everyone was. I felt it. And thankfully, I had a lot of cash in my pocket from people giving me cash for the pizza. So I was like, cool, there we go.
Yeah. Nice.
But no, good time. Yeah, but hey, anyway, let's take our Tayrathi crowns off. Let's put our Santa hats on that I forgot to get downstairs. I think I wore it last year. Let's do a little Christmas cheer to end the episode here.
Sure.
Give me what's your most thankful, gracious thing from this whole year so far in this hobby? What is it for you, Neil?
Thing that I'm most, I mean, maybe I'll go with the thing that I was happiest to be able to do. I think that my favorite thing that happened this year was NashCon. With being able to go down to Nashville with my wife, get out of state for a little bit,
Yep.
experience that, and then hang out with everybody at the event and all that. That was a lot of fun. So close second coming in. Tayrathi, of course, and then maybe third place comes in Brewhammer. And so, yeah, a lot of fun this year.
Nice. Mine was number one is just it's always going to be just the fact that I get to travel so much for this silly little game, and I have so many great people I know because of this silly little game. Like I've been all across this country. I went to another country for Warhammer, um, and it was just a solid year all around. And like I said, and it took till the very end for some con crud to get me, and it's still pretty minor, so I'm pretty thankful for that. Outside of that, I'm trying to think, just getting to more events this year in general to play, not just run, to play, has
Yeah,
been the best. That was my goal for this year, and I crushed it. I think next year I'm not going to worry about that goal.
yeah,
I'll get to whatever I get to because it's not shaping up to be a lot of events for me because work's getting in the way of a few that I already plan to go to, sadly. But is what it is.
yep.
Um, yeah, no. And I got lots of hobby ahead of me, and I'm staring at it right over there. And to quote the
Oh
great
man,
Roy Kent, "Fuck." There we go. It's dear God. It's. I'll be honest. I'm looking at that with the time frame I have. I might be reaching out and to not
yeah,
to not to people I know, but like to the boss and just be like, hey, I think I've been up more than I can chew. I need help.
yeah,
Which hey,
yeah.
ask for help when you need it, right?
Right, 100%.
So with that, any Christmas wishes for Warhammer?
If there's one thing I'm hoping might be under the tree, it's a Ionis. I would love to get that dragon model.
There you go.
Mhm.
For me, nothing. I'm happy with every Warhammer thing I've got on my plate right now. I don't wish for another thing. I hope everybody gets their Warhammer wish because
Mhm.
I got enough.
Yeah,
Um,
save up for old world people.
yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be buying during Old World.
yeah.
And I've been
That
told
rule
I've been
book.
told from everybody just buy as much as you can of whatever you can and they'll pay me. I'm like, okay. Because
Yeah,
I thought
yep,
about
pretty much.
I thought about starting a Bretonian army, but like considering I have a city's army to paint for myself, I have Dave's Wood Elf army to paint. I think I'm just gonna buy the book
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
keep with my high elves and just go that way.
yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Just a book for me.
But anyway, next week I will be better. I'll be fully healed. Knock on this wood here. Neil, knock on wood. I'll be fully healthy,
Mhm.
and we'll do our New Year's show, which
All right.
we'll try not to be drinking too much for, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Neil makes
I'm
no
42.
promises.
I'm 42 with two kids, so New Year's. I tell everybody isn't a thing for me anymore.
New
Those
Year's
days is up.
New Year's for me and the wife is usually like it's the same as every other night. I'll do some hobby
Hmm.
or we'll play some video games, and then we're
Hmm.
together for like that hour and we hang out and we do the kiss, have a little champagne, and then go
Yeah,
to bed shortly after.
business as usual. Yeah.
Yeah, we stay up, celebrate it, but yeah, it's
Mhm.
not a major thing. But actually, the next
Mhm.
day is where I get excited because you get the crock pot out, sauerkraut, and you get the kielbasa. Oh, it's just that for like a day and a half. That's all I'm eating is just pork and sauerkraut and bread, and mustard. It's great.
Nice,
Or whatever
nice.
beer I have in the fridge. Um, yes. Anyway, everybody out there, as usual, you stay beautiful. You stay Stormcast strong. You have happy hobbying. You have a Merry Christmas. Whatever you
Stay
celebrate.
healthy.
Yeah, stay healthy. Just have a good time and hug your loved ones. Eat some cookies. Don't fret.
Hmm.
Neil, Send us out.
Stay Stormcast strong. That's all I got for you. Merry Christmas.